Hello everyone, I just want to say hello to all my regular subscribers that I had and the amazing amount of people who subscribe whilst I have not been active on this channel. It's really mind-blowing. I checked on Christmas Day, it was like a Christmas present. I checked on Christmas Day at my subscriber count and it had flown up. I swear I left it at about 30 subscribers during this semester of university when I couldn't do anything really. I was so bogged down with work, I still am, and then I checked on Christmas and I have not been active for that long, and you're all just amazing, and it was just a really good Christmas present for me to see so many people subscribed even though I'm not active as much. I thought I'd make this a bit of an announcement video slash kind of Christmas haul, so what I got for Christmas. I just want to say that, as you've noticed, I have not been active very much. I've been trying to do art every day because, you know, it brings me a lot of enjoyment, and that's why I started this channel, was to share that enjoyment with people. And, you know, it's not been the best not being able to film and produce content for the channel, but I've been trying to do artwork, and if you follow me on Instagram and Twitter you will see the artwork that I do during the year when I'm not as active. But I'm coming up to the end of this semester. I've got a couple of exams over the next few weeks, so I've got a little bit of time in between revising, just to film some stuff and hopefully pre-film content for when my workload does pile on top of me again next semester. So hopefully there might be a bit more regular content, but I'm not going to promise anything because it does get very difficult when I literally don't have any time for myself. But anyway, so that's just a little announcement to say, one, thank you for everyone who's following and has kept following me, and two, I'm hoping to bring out more content, but if not, that's the reason. I'm just very bogged under with work and cannot really do much. Anyway, enough of the downer note. I hope everyone had a very good Christmas and a happy new year, and yeah, I hope everyone got stuff that they wanted and just enjoyed themselves like I did. So anyway, I'll get on with the video. Yes, so I thought I'd show all of this stuff I got for Christmas of family and friends and just go through it all. I don't know the pricing of everything obviously because it's presents, but I've got a couple of things I did purchase during the Christmas period that I can show and give you a rough price of them, even though it's probably not the cheapest because I didn't get them from a cheap place. Anyway, stop waffling and we can start. So I'll start with this since I've been fiddling with this. I got a Copic refill for black, just 100 black, because I tend to use that a lot, and I have a Copic Chow, I've got a Copic Sketch, and I've got a Copic Wide, so everything I use is black at the moment. So I thought that was one thing to maybe ask for Christmas just to get, so that's good. It's not opened yet. Can't wait to open that though. I'll do some big stuff. So I recently posted on Instagram, if you follow me, a picture of some of the stuff I've tried out from this. So I got Mark Acrylic's Realism Challenge book, which I mentioned to my mum a long time ago. It's a bit dirty, I do apologise. I really try to make things clean, but I can't help it if I'm too in tune with my art at the time. Anyway, I told my mum about this a long time ago, and I didn't think she would remember, and I thought I'd have to buy it myself really. And I opened it on Christmas and I was speechless because I really did not expect it, and it's something I've been wanting to do because I've been following Mark Acrylic for a while, and he just amazes me with the different types of art he can do, and I really, you know, wanted to have a look at this book and try out some realism, because that tends to be what my artwork is more about, is doing realistic paintings and drawings and such. So you've probably seen, a lot of you have probably seen reviews of this already, but I've looked through every single page already, and it starts off with simple things like just getting a basis of your, you know, shapes and shadows, so like paper and things like that, to popcorn, and then in the back here it goes more complicated where you're doing ornaments and glass and things like that. And it really is an amazing book. It's step by step, with pictures to follow each step that you can follow and either copy these or create your own pieces. So I'll show you in a moment what I've done from this, but I've gone through a couple of them. I've already done the first couple of tutorials up to this popcorn. I'm now moving on a little bit further, and I'll soon be adding colour to my realism challenge videos. Realism challenge pieces, and that's the thing I was going to go on to, was that hopefully you'll see some content of me doing some realism challenge videos for the channel as well. So please give me a bit of information in the comments or via Instagram or Twitter, telling me what type of things you might want me to do for realism, or if realism challenge videos are something you might want me to do. So go check out Mark Riley if you fancy having a look at some of his work, it's amazing. So next I'll show another big thing. I've been really envious of people who are able to paint watercolor landscapes, and so I think that's what my mum kind of had in mind, and so she bought me this, How to Paint Watercolor Landscapes by Gwen Scott, and it's a thinnish book, but it's taught me so much already. I'm already halfway through the book since Christmas. Like I say, in between my revision, just to wind down at the end of the night, I just do a couple of paintings and things like that, so I'll show you some of those as well. But it's amazing, this stuff. It goes through, you know, your obvious things like what supplies you might need, to starting off with leaves, like painting different leaves and techniques, so wet painting and stippling and sponging, you know, blah blah blah, and then it starts to form bigger paintings, and then you're looking at colours and forming coloured paintings such as this. So this is where I am at the moment, and then there's tons more to do in there, and it's an amazing book. I would recommend it if you were trying to start out watercolours, but I've not tried anything else, so I can only recommend this book because that's all I've tried. But I will say it's taught me a lot so far, and I'll show some of the stuff I've done from this book. So we'll finish off with small items, so we'll go to the medium-sized items. I actually I'm a bit of a sketchbook collector, I'd like to say, and so I received for Christmas 3 sketchbooks. Now, family and friends know that I hate lined books because I can't do anything in them. I'm not a writer, I'm a creator of art, if you know what I mean. I think a lot of people will relate to that. So I got these 3 books. I'll start off with the bottom book. So I received this from my girlfriend. She got this, I think mentioned she got it from TK Maxx, which I thought was quite surprising to get from somewhere like that. It's not, I wouldn't say the paper, it's more sketching paper, but in the back here I tried out watercolors, inks, pen and fine liner, and they all seem to hold up. I did fill a lot of water in these. The ink I put a massive dollop on, and that did end up going through after a while, but the watercolors and the other 2 kind of held up fairly well. What I will say is, I don't know if this will focus on that, just there, can you see the bleeding that happened? So it's very absorbent, but not in a good sense, like watercolour paper. It will bleed, unfortunately. But I've been daring and tried out my watercolour landscapes. Now, they've turned out a lot different than I would think they'd turn out on watercolour paper, but and I also did it on the first page because I just wanted to have instant colour when you open this book. So I've done some watercolours from that watercolour book, and, you know, tried out different techniques, doing autumn leaves and painting trees. And then I left that page. Does anyone else hate when they stick part of the page together? Because I just find it doesn't open fully, so I don't like using it. So I end up sticking those two pages together. Please tell me if you find that too, because I feel like I'm a bit of a weirdo. Anyway, and then I tried out doing a bit of more of a moody scene with a bit more detail in it and things like that. But it's nice paper. I'm not saying it's bad paper. I've enjoyed using the paper and it's not hindered me too much, if anything. Like, the only thing that did happen was I was using masking fluid on here to create white, pure white flowers, and the masking fluid tore the paper. So I've learned that that's one thing I can't really do on here, but you know, overall the watercolors have worked out really well. Yeah, and it's a really thick book, so it's going to take me a long time to fill this. But I'm hoping it's going to all be colourful. Do you know, everything I put in here is going to be very colourful. So that's that. And then once I filled it, I'll do a sketchbook tour of that. So that's that one. Next is a pink pig book, which I made in Huddersfield, which is about 40 minutes away from where I live now. And I've used these since I was little. Like, I think for my art GCSE, I had one of these, which I showed in my video, a previous video. And I've got one of these that I do nature paintings in when I was a bit younger, which I still need to actually finish. And yeah, so they've always been quite reliable, very thick, nice paper actually. Again, this is becoming a bit of a trademark now. I did a bit of a tester, same as the last one, and nothing bled, nothing went through, there was no bending of the paper, what do you call it? Rippling of the paper or anything like that, so it worked out quite well. Now, I haven't started anything major in this. I might even tear these out, they were just bit testers. I did, you know, watercolour wheel from my watercolour book just to test out colours, creating browns. Then I tried out some inks, which I'll show later, and then I just did a little bit of a doodle here. It's not the greatest thing. Like I say, I'm probably going to tear these two pages out because I want all my books to be pristine. These are just testers. I'm not sure, maybe I'll leave them in, I don't know. But yeah, it's a very nice book. I would recommend getting pink pig books if you don't want to get something expensive. They lay flat because of the binding, and yeah, they're just nice paper to work on. Yeah, so I'd recommend getting them. I don't think they're that expensive. Oh, there's a price of $3.99 for this, so yeah, it's pretty decent. So that's quite good. I think I got that for my mum. Now, around Christmas I went to the German Christmas markets in Manchester to celebrate my mum's birthday, and the Christmas markets were on, and obviously and I think I spotted this on one of the stands and I absolutely fell in love. Now, it's made of leather, which I know can be quite controversial with veganism and things like that, and especially since I am vegan now. Over the last couple of months I've been vegan, and it is not the greatest that it's leather, but I fell in love with it, and I thought, I'm not going to be a stickler for, do you know, if I fall in love with something like this once every so often, I don't know. Anyway, there's probably going to be controversial topic talk about this, but anyway. So yeah, it's got a nice little gemstone in the middle there, and it's all bound really nice, pretty. Anyway, so this is what I've been doing my realism stuff in. So far I've done paper, which I actually had to change to sepia shadows because of the colouring of the front page, which is rubbed off from this leather. So I had to do that, and then this white egg was more on a white area, so I stuck with the, you know, greys and black shadowing. And then this popcorn, I think, turned out quite nicely. I'll give you a close up. So that's popcorn, and you've got the egg and the paper. The paper was my own folded piece of paper that I copied. The egg and the popcorn were copied from Mark Crilley's book, but it was just testing out some of the stuff. So I'll probably be doing a lot more realism in this because it's not the thickest paper. Again, did the test at the back here. Nothing bled, nothing oh, the ink went a little bit through, so it's not that thick, but if I'm doing realism, I'm not going to be adding too much stuff to it. There'll be the odd bit where I'm adding quite a lot of watercolour, but I think it'll hold up absolutely fine with that. So this is going to be not 100% realism, because that's a lot of realism, but a good chunk of it, maybe, you know, where it's bound here, maybe that'll be a nice realism bit, and I'll move on to something else. But yeah, I really love this book. It's really pretty. I'm not sure how much it cost, but I got that off my mum from the Christmas market, which was quite a surprise because I said I liked it and then I opened it on Christmas and I ended up getting it. So yeah, so that's that. Okay, we'll move on to some other stuff. So I received these Derwent metallic pencils. Now, when I was younger, I had metallic pencils and they probably weren't the best quality, so I never really was interested in getting metallic pencils, especially when, like I said earlier, I do a lot of realism, things like that. But these actually are amazing, and I'm glad I was bought these because it's broadened what I would usually use. Now, Derwent's done them, there's 12 in a set. They are actually water soluble, so they're almost like watercolour pencils but metallic. So what I've been doing is I've been using these to do my sketches for my realism, so that I'm not doing harsh pencil lines, and these blend into the watercolours when I do my base layer, and they've worked out quite well so far. Now, hold on. So you get a pewter, I'll bring these up here. You get pewter, silver, gold, antique gold, copper, yellow, bronze, pink, blue, purple, green and red. Now, some of them, like the red, is, tell you what, I'll do a tester here. So let's zoom a bit further in. So say like the red turns out a quite nice red, really. Oh, well, there we go. And if I just get a little bit of water on my finger, water, can you see how it takes that colour? And it doesn't leave. Sometimes when you use watercolour pencils, they leave kind of like a line where you can see where you've added watercolour pencil and then you've just gone over it to spread the colour. Whereas this really takes the colour off there and really does create a nice with these, which is really, really good, I think. And the colours are really vibrant. As you can see, like this pink is even nicer. Look at that, that's gorgeous. So yeah, they have really broadened my horizons in terms of metallic pencils, because I really didn't think I'd use them, but these are fabulous. And to be honest, I wouldn't mind trying out doing some butterflies with them because they are gorgeous. So that was those. Along with those, I got a Hobbycraft black pad with, it's 80 GSM, so it's not the thickest paper. It's quite thin, but you get 50 sheets, and I think it'll be good just to do you know, like sketches on in the metallic pencils, because I did some testers with the metallic pencils here. So they're the colours on black, which are even nicer. They're much more metallic on black paper, whereas on white paper they turn out more muted colours. So they'll be nice to do some sketches on the black paper, maybe preliminary sketches before doing a normal piece, because I do have some black paper and it's a bit thicker. So this could, like I say, be sketching paper, and then on my thicker black paper I could do finished pieces, you know, by adding water and things like this, because this is ink here and it didn't go through, surprisingly, but it did ruffle up the paper at first, but it's gone flat since then because I've had it underneath things. So it's a little bit hit and miss. I'm going to have to test this paper out a little bit more, but hopefully there might be some videos including this as well. So I'll go off from things people have bought me and I'll go on to things I purchased myself. So there's an art shop near my university called Daly's Bookshop. Yeah, it's called Daly's Bookshop, but it's mainly art supplies. And I really wanted a variety of brushes because all my brushes tend to be, you know, the generic couple of sizes in between, you know, nothing very spectacular. So I thought for doing very fine detail, I'll do this. It's a 2/0, if that decides to focus. Sorry about the shadows here, the sun's suddenly just gone down. So yeah, that's a 2/0 there, and it is a very teeny tiny brush. I actually have one much more, can't speak. I have one much smaller than this, but this I thought was a nice in between. It's not something that, because my small brush picks up the colouring, but you can't get a lot on the brush, so it takes a long time to do things, but this will be a bit of an in between, which I thought was good. I think that was £1.49. Like I say, this bookshop / art shop isn't the cheapest, I must say. So you will probably be able to find these online. The make is Jacquard and it's a nylon brush. Never heard of this before, I just noticed it. Next I thought I'd get some graduate brushes by Rowney. From there, I think these were £1.25 or something. I think all the graduate brushes were the same price, even the big ones to the tiny ones, so I didn't want to get too tiny in this. So I got a 3/4 and a 10. If you can see, this is very nice. I don't think this is synthetic at all. Looks like hog hair or something like that, but it is fabulous to use if you are trying to blend thick paint. So I thought if I try out oils, I can use this, or acrylics, even watercolors, it will blend really nicely with that. The same with this is just quite a nice, I just thought they were different brushes, they're not my usual, you know, same brushes. This one, as you can see, was £2.70. This I just got for big washes, it's nothing spectacular, it's probably just a wall painting brush really, but I just got this for big washes that I can put for my watercolors as a base, because I think that's something that's quite useful. So that's those. Another thing I got with the metallic pens, pencils and the black paper are these metallic gel pens by Sakura. I think it's the jelly roll, and I get another white, which I've got already, but they're so handy, and a silver and a gold. So I tested these out on the black paper, you might have seen them when I showed. They're actually very nice, very pigmented, and they do show up very metallic. So let me go get that black paper and you can have a look. So I think it's the season's greeting and the Merry Christmas here. Can you see how metallic those are? Oh, this one, that's white, that's gold, that's silver there. They're fantastic, I do love them. They really are good, and I just think they'll add to certain things that I might need a bit of, you know, goldiness to or something like that. So recently I tried out Faber Castel's Pit fine liner, the black one, and I really enjoyed using it. Now I asked for Pit pens, I wasn't specific, and these are what I got, and actually I'm glad that they didn't go with something that I had in mind, because these again are something I can use and are different to what I would usually go for. So they are a basic colour set, and they're the brush Pit pens. Now these are the colours you get. So there's a nice blue, there's a yellow, there's an orange, a purple, a red / magenta, and a green. So they are amazing. If you look at the nibs, focus. Don't know why this is not focusing today. I think it might be because of the shadow here. I'll have to focus all the way down here. But anyway, as you can see, there is a nice nib on it. There we go. Okay, remind me to zoom in next time. Not that you can remind me as I'm filming, but anyway. It's a very, very nice, it's kind of a hard brush. It's not a soft brush like a Copic marker, but sorry about that. My camera just died, but anyway. So here is the pens. They're very pigmented. It says on here they are made of, they use Indian ink, which is pretty cool, and they are waterproof when dry. So yeah, there's a nice selection of colours here, I thought, and I thought, I don't know why I'm saying I thought a lot, but anyway, they were very fun to try out, and I'm excited to do some more art with them and try something new anyway. Yeah, so that's those. And finally, a lot of you may know from previous videos that I'm obsessed with acrylic ink. Now, I have Liquitex, and I have their bright copper, their silver, their gold, and black and white in those inks, and I use them quite a lot. They're amazingly pigmented and so vibrant in their metallic colours. I just didn't expect inks to ever be like that. Now, I got a set of Rowney's FW acrylic inks. So I've been wanting more acrylic inks, and I have actually noticed a lot of people using these FWs, and I thought it might be something I could try alongside Liquitex and compare them a little bit. So there might be a little bit of a comparison video coming up. And yeah, so I got given a primary colours set, which is actually more than primary colours. It has obviously primary colours of yellow, blue and red. Then it included a green, an orangey red and a sepia. So these can be used, as you can see here, in an air gun, in pens is kind of a refill, I'm assuming, ink pens, and with a paintbrush. And the colours are lemon yellow, magenta, cyan, sepia, emerald green and scarlet. So it's a very big range of colours, considering it just said primary colour set. And I have tested them all. I do not have them tested out on a piece of paper, but they are the most vibrant colours. They're absolutely amazing. And what I didn't notice for some reason was the gold Liquitex inks are actually a lot thicker than the black and white Liquitex inks, and I just thought that I just had some very thin black and white. But I've noticed that all coloured acrylic inks are very thin, almost like Indian ink, which I was very surprised about, and which obviously led me to conclude that acrylic inks in metallic colours are to be thicker, you know, i.e. because of the pigment, blah blah blah, I'm waffling again. Anyway, so they are thin, but they're amazing to work with, and again, they dry perfectly. If anyone saw the last day of Inktober, where I did the Nightmare Before Christmas piece, that dried fabulously, and it was so smooth like acrylic. It was absolutely amazing, and these do just the same, and I'm so excited to create something with these, and you will definitely be seeing a video with these. There's no maybe about it. So I hope you look forward to seeing those, because I'm looking forward to making them. So that's it. That concludes the haul for Christmas, and I was very spoiled, as I always am, and can't wait to try all these things out properly and create some art with them. So I hope to bring that to the channel soon. So thank you for watching, and thank you for everyone who's subscribed and everyone who's stayed subscribed. Please give this a like and give me a comment what you want me to do with some of these supplies, or whether you want some reviews on some of them. I'm happy to do that. And please check me out on Instagram and Twitter if you want to see any progress, or if I'm just sounding a bit quiet on YouTube at the moment, and you can see some stuff on there. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video, which is hopefully next week. Welcome to the blindfold challenge. I have decided that Wally from Disney's Wally is my subject for this, and so to show how obsessed about him I am, here is